I want to take time out to say thank you for leaving comments, because that helps me to learn and you to learn, and we can share information for each other. So here are some questions that were asked, and I answered them in the comments, but I want to share them once again. So thank you once again for all of your help. So enjoy the video! Well, hello. Here we go in no particular order. What is a good bait worm? If I was selling worms to you, I would go with European night crawlers, because they are some nice thick worms. So I would say European night crawlers. I don't know the results with people that use African night crawlers for fishing. So you can leave that in the comments box below if you have an answer, if you experienced African night crawlers. Do worm bins stink? It's a yes and no answer. If you put the wrong things in there, yes, it can smell. But my worm bins do not smell. They have an earthy scent, so I don't have any problems with them. But a comment was replied back that two things that smell the worst in a worm bin, vegetable-wise, are broccoli and cabbage. So what are your experiences on that if you experience broccoli and cabbage? How often should you harvest your worm castings? I try to harvest my castings between every 3 to 4 months, because that gives you a chance to get your worms to migrate over, and you can bait them and you can add new bedding. So about every 3 to 4 months. Some people go 6, some people go longer, but for me, it's every 3 to 4 months. How often should you feed your worms? Now, in answer to that, I would say as soon as there's no more food left in there, that would be the right answer. Because a lot of us overfeed our worms and put way too much food in, and that's a huge problem. So the correct answer for me would be to add food when there's no more food scraps inside of your worm bin. How many months should I wait until I start a new worm bin? I would say wait a year. You got plenty of time. There's no rush. If you're not selling worms, you got nothing to worry about. Just start letting your worms eat the food scraps, and that allows you to learn more of what you can and can't put inside of a worm bin. So I'd say about every year if you want to start a new worm bin. Can you mix worms together? Yes, you can, and I would say that's a good way to do your worms, because the mixed worm bin for me is the worms that I like the most, because there's a variety of worms in there, and I just like the diversity and inclusion, which I have a worm bin named the Diversity and Inclusion Worm Bin. So mixed worms is the best worm for me. So what is your best worm? Leave it in the comments box below. Do I use leaf mode? No, I don't use leaf mode, because I experience a lot of other worm farmers that have had problems with leaf mode. I don't want to take the chance of bringing any type of critter inside of my house and applying that to my worm bin. There are other people that have had mites and slugs and things inside of the worm bin, so that's why I don't use leaf mode. It doesn't work for me because I choose not to, but other people use it, and it does work. But if you're going to use leaf mode, I would highly recommend and encourage you to apply your leaf mode into an outside worm bin instead of an indoor worm bin. Do I use the juice for fertilizer? No, I do not. I have not even made worm tea, but there is a system where you use a bubbling system and molasses to get your worm tea. But I don't use worm tea, but other worm farmers have used worm tea, and they say it's a huge success. Do I make worm chow? No, I don't make worm chow. I have ingredients that I can, but I'm going to have to try something different, because I'm going to get my worms to fatten up once again and see how that's going to work out, because people are asking me about European night crawlers, and I want to have them the opportunity to get some fatties from me. And my final question for today is, have I ever had issues with maggots? And no, I have not. I don't put meats inside of my worm bin, but other people have put meats inside of the worm bins and had success. So no, I have never had maggots. If you have any other comments, leave it in the box below because I love to hear your answers and your questions. Here's another video to watch and learn more about worms. Thank you for all of your support of this channel. If you haven't already, subscribe because that helps my channel to grow and to get the word out. And subscribes are free. So I want to take time out to say thank you so much for watching us. And you have a great day. Bye.